Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
A Winnebago County jury finds a Rockford man guilty of murder. Quentin Smith now faces decades behind bars.
A petition against a planned abortion clinic makes its way to Rockford City Council. Nearby businesses prepare to bring their in-person message to aldermen.
And after weeks of reports from pharmacies across the country, the FDA confirms a nationwide Adderall shortage. We hear from a health expert on when the shortage might end. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson. A Rockford man faces life in prison after a jury convicts him of a 2019 murder.
27-year-old Quentin Smith was found guilty of first-degree murder, aggravated battery with a firearm, and aggravated discharge of a firearm. Back in June of 2019, Smith chased Joseph Hernandez onto East State Street in front of Swedish American Hospital. Smith shot at Hernandez twice during that chase. He missed both shots. Then, when Hernandez was getting into a car to escape, Smith fatally shot him in the back. Smith also shot the female driver in the leg. He faces up to 105 years behind bars.
A man accused of killing his ex-girlfriend earlier this year pleads guilty. 46-year-old Rayshawn Smith is guilty of first-degree murder with a firearm enhancement. July 23rd, 28-year-old Ashley Harden was reported missing. Harden and her son smelled gasoline and went outside their home to investigate. She saw a car parked nearby and told her son to go back inside. A few hours later, Harden's body turned up in Smith's car in Roscoe. She was shot twice. During the investigation, Smith posted a video saying, "People are going to wonder why I did what I did." He referred to Harden in the clip. Smith faces up to 85 years behind bars. He has a sentencing hearing December 15th.
Rockford police arrest a man they say sexually assaulted a pair of young kids. Adrian Jaramillo is charged with predatory criminal sexual assault and aggravated criminal sexual abuse. The alleged attacks were reported in September. There are two victims. Both are under the age of 13. Police say both know the 23-year-old. Jaramillo was arrested Friday and is being held in the Winnebago County Jail.
A man is recovering after being shot in the arm overnight. This happened in the 2400 block of Auburn Street around 9:45 Sunday evening. That's just east of Rockton Avenue. Police say the victim is expected to survive. They haven't released any details about possible suspects. If you know anything about this shooting, call Rockford Police or Crime Stoppers. Freeport police are looking for the suspect behind a weekend shooting. Officers were called early Saturday morning to Shawnee Street, just north of Galena Avenue. They found a house hit by bullets. There are no reports of anyone hurt. Police believe the shooting is gang-related. If you know anything about this attack, call Freeport Police or State Line Area Crime Stoppers. Discussions of an abortion clinic expected to open in Rockford should take center stage at tonight's City Council meeting. Owners of 11 Moray Drive area businesses plan to present their open letter in person to aldermen. Those businesses want City Council to amend zoning regulations to exclude abortion clinics.
Amory Wilder spoke to the alderman who represents the ward where the clinic would be located and a neighboring store. Amory, the owners say the clinic will negatively impact their business?
That's right, Eric and Mimi. One owner I spoke to says this has nothing to do with political views, just the livelihood of their business. A city leader says he's met with the businesses and they have valid concerns.
I will be asking them to block it. I'm asking them to have a heart for their local business owners.
Carpetland USA President Kevin Rose and other business owners in the immediate vicinity of Moray Drive are trying to stop an abortion clinic from opening near them. They plan to present an open letter to Rockford city leaders Monday night at their council meeting.
We need to be proactive rather than reactive and stop this. If they want it to go up, put it in an industrial area where it's not going to affect local business owners who rely on retail foot traffic for their livelihood.
The business owners cite concerns of demonstrations and limited parking.
They had protesters and activists 2 or 3 months ago already, which took 5 police cars away from the police force out going after criminals and whatever might be going on a police force that we already know is heavily taxed.
The location of the potential clinic is currently zoned C2 Limited Commercial District, which is why Alderman Frank Beach says he understands why the nearby businesses are worried. He thinks the council should have a say in if the classification should be amended.
When that classification was determined, and when I say the C2 classification, all the kinds of businesses that fit into the C2 classification, I don't really believe that they were thinking about an abortion clinic. That could have been done 15 or 20 years ago or more.
Sarah Dady with Winnebago County Citizens for Choice thinks the measure is alarming.
It's asking city council to use its government authority to make a perfectly legal business illegal through the use of the city's zoning ordinances, which it's shocking that 11 business owners would want to put another business out of business.
I reached out to the city's legal team for comment, but I did not receive a response. We'll have an update to this story coming up tonight at 9 and 10. Eric?
Thanks, Amory. The economy and inflation may push Americans to vote for Republicans for Congress in next month's election. A new poll by the New York Times and Siena College finds almost half of likely voters say they plan to choose a Republican. That's compared to 45% who plan to pick a Democrat. A September poll showed Democrats with a 1-point edge over GOP candidates. Voters who said economic concerns were the most important issues facing America jumped from 36% in July to 44% this month. Those voters most worried with the economy favored Republicans more than 2-1. Tomorrow, the candidates for Illinois governor will be on the debate stage for the second and final time. Governor J.B. Pritzker and challenger State Senator Darren Bailey will go head-to-head for 1 hour at WGN's studios in Chicago. The debate will air over on Fox 39 Tuesday night at 7.
A key medicine used to help attention disorders is in short supply, according to a federal agency. The Food and Drug Administration says Adderall, a prescription medication used to help attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD, is in low supply across the country. Pharmacies are having trouble keeping up with demand. Some manufacturers make higher dosages that won't replenish until January, while others are missing ingredients for making it. A health expert with OSF Healthcare says they don't know when the shortage might end.
The issues, there's been different target dates targeted at resolving the issue. It's supposed to have been resolved the middle of October. Well, we're there. It's still there. Now they're saying it could be on and off until the middle of January.
Diagnoses for ADHD have increased, also leaving supplies low. The FDA says it will continue to monitor and give supply updates. We'll hear from a state line therapist about the shortage tonight at 9 and 10. Illinois is the first state in the country to require media literacy education be taught in high schools.
Braden Hager recently graduated from Naperville Central. He reached out to State Rep Lisa Hernandez after crafting legislation with a focus on educating high school students on the difference between fact and fake news. In March 2021, Hernandez filed an amendment including Hager's mandate suggestion. The bill passed both houses in May 2021. Governor Pritzker signed it a couple of months later. Illinois schools will implement the lessons starting this year.
The Biden administration has opened the application process for Americans seeking student debt relief.
The website went live Friday to let people with federal student loans apply for up to $20,000 in debt forgiveness. Washington correspondent Rashad Hudson looks at the rollout.
It's easy, it's fast.
The application for federal student loan relief is now available. President Biden calls the application process short and simple. Borrowers who make less than $125,000 need to apply to get the offered $10,000 in loan forgiveness. And for Pell Grant recipients, that number could be as high as $20,000.
This is a game changer for millions of Americans. Get moving.
Over the weekend, a test site went live, and the White House says 8 million people already applied. The White House estimates about 95% of Americans with student loans are expected to qualify for the relief.
40 million Americans can stand to benefit from this relief, and about 90% of that relief is going to go to people making less than $75,000 a year.
The news comes as a federal judge prepares to hear a lawsuit from 6 Republican states designed to stop the president's plan.
Republican members of Congress, Republican governors, are trying to do everything they can to deny this relief, even to their own constituents.
The Department of Education says their goal is to forgive the debt before student loan repayments resume in January. Reporting in Washington, Rashad Hudson.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, what a change we had out there compared to the last couple of days. As temperatures were stuck in the 30s and the low 40s, but when you factored in the wind, that was pretty strong. It dropped our wind chill numbers in the 20s and 30s all afternoon. Temperature right now at 39 in Freeport. Feels like 29, though. We've got a wind chill of 31 in Rockford, Rochelle, and that air temperature sits at 40 degrees. Not only that, but we also had some snow flurries come down here during the late morning and early afternoon. Nothing that was able to accumulate, but for a time it did actually drop visibility down. And as we go through these next couple of hours, you are going to continue to see some sprinkles and some flurries here, just as those temperatures stay on the colder side. We already have a little bit of that working in north of Rockford, and then a little further back out to the west, out from Freeport. You head even further out west there over parts of Lena, Pearl City, out towards Stockton and Elizabeth. And again, for a time, that might drop visibility down to maybe 5 or 6 miles. So just be careful here over the next couple of hours. But all of this tied into a very large low pressure system, a cold and deep low sitting over the eastern Great Lakes. This is really what has funneled that cold area in here for us this afternoon. It's so much so that we actually only made it up to 42 degrees today, which broke our record cold high temperature of 44, which was set back in 2002, I should say. So that's the coldest high temperature we've ever had on the 17th of October. Not only that, but we also had a little snow come down, our first official snow of the season. Nothing measurable. On average, that usually occurs here at the end of the month, right around October 31st. The earliest we've ever had snow come down back in 1928. That was September 25th. You get a little further into the month of November for your first measurable snow. That's 1/10 of an inch or more, and then 1 inch or more usually occurs within the beginning of December. By the end of this week, today is going to be a distant memory because those temperatures are really going to warm. It is cold, though. We continue with that northwesterly wind, gusting still at this hour at about 30 miles per hour. Unfortunately, our winds are going to stay gusty going through the morning tomorrow, right around a 25 mile per hour wind gust, which will push the wind chill factor, the wind chill, down in the teens tomorrow morning. Winds are going to pick back up tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow is going to be another windy day, which will keep our wind chills once again down in the 30s for tomorrow. We do continue with the cloud cover, but we leave out that mention of any sprinkle or snow activity for our Tuesday. Winds will subside a little as we get rid of kind of this tight pressure gradient, and high pressure eventually works in, but that doesn't look to occur until we get towards Wednesday night and then into Thursday. So let's plan all this out with Futurecast. Down back into the 20s for tonight. So again, wind chills dropping in the teens for tomorrow morning. We'll call it partly sunny sky for tomorrow afternoon, only in the mid 40s for tomorrow. We keep some of that cloud cover around once we get into Tuesday night into Wednesday. By the end of the week, though, we get rid of that cold. Our winds begin to shift around to the south, and this will bring our temperatures, guys. We go from lows tonight down around 28, 29 degrees to highs by the time we get into the weekend, back up into the low, maybe even mid 70s. So quite a range coming up here over the next 7 days.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
To anyone who watched the Packers game yesterday, it felt like their Super Bowl window had closed. It's hard to imagine this team, the way it's currently playing, having a shot at getting to the big game in February or even getting into the playoffs. It's understandable that the offense has struggled so far with the lack of experience at receiver. But what has happened to the offensive line? A unit that's been so good and so deep the last few seasons now can't give Aaron Rodgers any time to throw. The defensive play has also been baffling. I thought this was going to be a top 5 unit. It ranked 9th in the NFL last season and went out and added Jaron Reed in free agency. They used 2 first-round draft picks on defensive players, Quay Walker and Vontae Wyatt, and they got Jair Alexander back healthy. But this defensive unit's been mediocre overall and horrible against the run, ranking 27th in the NFL. And the special teams yesterday looked like it did in the playoffs last year. Awful. There's still 11 games to be played. Time for this team to figure some things out, if it can. Aaron Jones thinks they will figure it out.
You got to respond. It's a little bit of adversity and how you respond to adversity. But I'm believing everybody in this locker room, and we know what lies ahead of us, so we'll respond.
The Fighting Illini are sure to enjoy this bye week. They've won 5 straight games. They're ranked 18th in the nation, and they're tied with Purdue for first place in the Big Ten West. If there's one player who can use the bye, it's running back Chase Brown. He's already carried the ball 192 times this season, carried it 41 times this past Saturday, but he doesn't mind the workload.
I know 41 carries is a lot, but, you know, like I said to you guys all the time, you know, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to win games, and if that's carrying the ball 41 times, 50 times, I'll do that.
The Illini's next game will be a week from Saturday at Nebraska. The team to beat in college basketball this season is North Carolina. The Tar Heels are an overwhelming #1 choice in the AP preseason poll. They have 4 starters back from the team that finished second in the NCAA tournament last year, losing to Kansas in the finals. Gonzaga is ranked second, Houston third, and Kentucky fourth.
Sworn Interactive Radar brought to us by Rockford Auto Glass and More. We'll continue with a couple of sprinkles and even a few snow flurries here over the next couple of hours. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies expected here as we go through the night tonight. It'll be cold, unfortunately. Temperatures will stay in the 40s. Wind chills tomorrow morning when you wake up in the teens. But look at that, 70s by the end of the week.
All right, thanks, Candace.
And thank you for spending some of your time with us. Stay safe.